You must eat all of your food, children. You must eat all of your foods. There are hungry children starving in America. Oh no, my baby, come now, come now. I have to tell you something. No, this is good, this is good. Do you know that right now in the United States of America, the citizens are lining up the streets and around the block at the food pantry in order to receive a ration of food to feed the starving children in their home. Some of these people must take time off work to go to the food pantry and receive their ration so they can have food for the starving children to eat. Some are still working with no check. Oh, no check. They work for no pay, like a slave. They work for free. Yes, right now in America. I am just curious. When they are lining up to the food pantry to get their ration of food so they don't starve, why are so many of them forgetting to wear the red hat they were so proud of not so long ago? Oh,
be back with a deep analysis into this clip, and there's a lot. So I'll see you on the other side.
The lady in South Africa that did a spoof with her kids about Americans not eating. She's sitting at the table and she goes, "Eat all your food, kids. There's children in America that are starving." And then she gets on at the end and she plays that Sarah McLachlan song, Arms of an Angel.
Karma is a bitch. And she funny as fuck too. And I don't care what y'all say, but that African lady making fun of starving American kids is funny as fuck. When I saw her very first video where she's sitting at the table and she's unctioning the children to eat their food because they are starving children in America, I almost fell off my fucking couch. I remember the way that they played those motherfucking commercials, always asking for money to feed African kids. And now the tables have turned. We don't even need to get into the reasons why, but the tables have turned and it is funny as fuck. And then there's another video of her asking you to be, and there's another video of her talking about you being a sponsor for only 53 cents a day so you could feed a starving American child.
Please tell me you've seen that African lady on here making fun of Americans, which actually I think she's from like North Carolina, but she's doing those like Uno reverse, like with the Sarah McLachlan.
Yo, to the African lady who told her kids she need to eat because there's starving kids in America, bravo, ma'am. Bravo. You won Video of the Year. Okay, the ultimate Uno reverse. That joint is so hilarious, especially with what's going on. It's like, can you imagine? And like, I'm a visual person in my head, so like, I'll be creating scenarios. So it's like, you know, they're gonna have like this little bony kid walking through the streets of Alabama with like a tattered MAGA shirt on, and the joint's gonna come on. What's it? In the arms of the angel. Just for 50 cents a day, you too can feed an American child. Oh my goodness, boy. In Alabama, they are really hungry. Like the commercials. And then like, yo, what Africans need to do right now is they need to get together and they need to do a Feed the World towards America. Like, I'm telling y'all, that would be chef's kiss. Heck, I even do it. Because if y'all don't know, back in the 80s, when they were talking about Africa and the drought and them not having food, like a bunch of UK singers did a song like, "Do They Know It's Christmas Time at All?" Because, you know, what's going on over there at the time. So if y'all do that, do they know it's Christmas time at all? Like, man, listen. I might have to do that my doggone self, because that would just be the cherry on top of an already crazy situation. What's happening? When 2020 happened, we had to cross over into a portal or something. Like, something happened to the world and things just got ridiculous. And we still got 5 more years of this decade. Lord Jesus.
Nah, the way that African lady just pulled the Uno reverse is funny as fuck. Because why the fuck did she tell her kids, that they need to eat all their food because there's kids in America starving? Shorty waited her whole life to say that. Because that's like, us seeing the commercial of, the African kids starving. Like, y'all play too much. Y'all play too much.
Yo, did y'all see the did y'all see the lady where I posted a video yesterday where she pretty much was telling her kids that they need to eat their food because there's starving people in America. The irony, right? The joke's on us now. Well, she doubled down on her page and she posted a video with the background music, "In the arms of an angel." And she had the nerve to say, if you guys want to sponsor for 53 cents a starving American baby, it's not funny. It's more so the audacity that we as Americans are letting other countries clown us like this. This is not okay. We need to open the government up so these babies can start being fed and nourished. This is a sad day in America. We are not great anymore.
Have y'all seen the TikTok where the African lady she feeding her kids and she says, "Children, eat all your food because there's Americans starving." It's it we deserve it because we grew up with that. And then there's another one. She said, "For 54 cents a day, you can feed an American." We grew up hearing that you got to finish your food because there's kids in Africa starving, and now I guess we know how it feels. Touche, lady. Well played. You can't even be mad at it. I think that we all need a chuckle. Please don't send me hate mail saying, "Well, there's really are people." It is very serious, but I'm just saying we did grow up hearing that, and the lady does deserve to roast us because of now that the shoe is on the other foot. Yeah, we hear how ridiculous it sounds to say that 54 cents can feed a family of four. But we believed it and we would send our money in. I want to save the people over in Africa. Lady, you made my day with that one.
Being She said, kids, eat your food. It's starving kids in America. And then, wait, y'all. And then it get worse. She made another video. And she was like, for this so and such amount, you can spend this amount to feed an American. Like, oh my God. Now the reason why I find this to be very funny is because of the fact for years, how many times have we seen commercials of African kids and they starving and all this other shit? Oh, you can help feed a family. And now that shit backfiring on us like a son bitch with the... Oh my God, I'm not supposed to laugh, but how long have we been making jokes about this shit though? Let's keep it a buck. Like it's our turn to be laughed at now. Like it's like you can't help but to be mad or laugh at the shit. Like
now we have a president who's deliberately making hunger worse for Americans. Today, in the United States of America, 1 in 5 children go to bed hungry every night. No, it's more than boo. It is a disgrace. It's immoral. It's wrong. Simply wrong. He cut assistance to 40 million food assistance to 40 million Americans. The next day, he holds his party for the world to see, make a fool of himself. Not only are kids going hungry, and rural hospitals are closing, the cost of health care is skyrocketing. All because Trump wants to give people like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg, which I have another way of calling him, a tax cut.
You can become a sponsor and feed a starving child in the United States.
No, but why did she... Alright, I had to stitch this video because the original video had the stitches turned off. But this is the lady, this is the African lady who tells her children to eat because there are starving children in America. Like, yeah. And not only is this funny because the tables have so clearly turned, but this reminds me, like, it's far back from my mother's childhood. So we're talking the 50s and the 60s. Her mother used to give her the line about, you know, eat your food, finish your food, because there are starving children in Africa or wherever, some other foreign part of the world, third world part of the world. There were starving children, so you should appreciate the food on your plate. And now here we are. Tables completely turned. I mean, I shouldn't laugh. But there's just the irony. Oh, and by the way, please send food.
I realize that this isn't really a joking matter, but sometimes we use dark humor to get through rough times. I've really enjoyed the African lady or women, I don't know for sure how many there are, but that are making the ads for starving kids in America. It's sad, it's funny, it's a little of both. Take care, folks.
So I'm sure most of you have seen this viral video where this young lady from Africa absolutely cooked us, roasted us, deep broiled us in regards to, you know how Americans made the jokes about Africa and calling them poor, and those infomercials that used to come on. Well, she did like a cute little key back on the United States citizens because we lost our food stamps or whatever the case may be. And the reason I want to make this video is because one thing I love about Black Americans especially is two things. One, they know how to take accountability for the most part. And two, they know how to take a goddamn joke for the most part. I wanted to give Black Americans their props for not being weird about it and going to her comment section and trying to mass report her and trying to make 20-minute videos, trying to get paid off of you get what I'm trying to say. Black Americans wasn't on that type of time. They saw her video, they laughed their ass off, and they're like, yeah, you know what? We had it coming. We had it coming. I love to see shit like that. Shouts out to Black Americans for that, for real.
I saw a drop the mic moment video earlier that a woman speaking in a Black woman with an African, stereotypical voice, has plates of food and she's like cutting it up. There's different stuff on it. And it said, making a play on the old children, eat your food, children in Africa are starving. And she said, eat your food, children. American children are starving. Wow. Full circle.
When I was a child, my mother always told me, in order to encourage me to finish my plate, eat all your food. There's children starving in Africa. She doesn't tell me about colonialism on Africa and how it sacks up its resources, but now looking at how the benefits of SNAP and EBT are like halted across America, it begs the question, I wonder if people in Africa are saying things like, you gotta eat all your food. Your children starving in America. There's always the possibility.
Africa's worried about you guys. You know what African mothers tell their children every day? Be grateful for what you have, because there are fat children starving in Mississippi.
Guys, I've been laughing since morning. Americans, how did the tables turn? Like 50 years after the tables have turned. How did you guys get here?
Well, you've heard what Americans are saying about it, and I'm just impressed that many people are able to actually see through and realize the meaning, what the lady intended in these videos. And if we try to break this down, so first of all, there's dark humor as the truth, and humor can sometimes say what anger cannot say. And this mother isn't laughing at America, first of all, and obviously, yeah, she is laughing through the pain, because when a government suspends a program that actually feeds millions of children, the elderly, and other vulnerable people, it's not just a policy decision. It's actually a moral statement on what the priorities of this government are, you know. And what's powerful is that many Americans watching this clip or watching this lady actually understand it, you know. They see it's not about ridicule for America or Americans. It's actually about the truth. This joke lands because it exposes reality, you know, and a government that preaches greatness while letting its own people go hungry. In fact, not letting, but actually actively playing a role in starving its own people. Yeah, literally. So, and number two here is the reflection, you know, the reflection of this American trap. Let me call it America's trap. So this moment should make Americans pause, reflect, and look inside, introspect, you know, amongst its own self as a country, because this didn't just start now. I'm sure this is not a problem of 2025 in America. It's a result of actually who they put in power, leaders who worship wealth while cutting lifelines for the poor, because basically that is what it is. And when food aid, of all other things, when food can be halted so easily, it shows how fragile dignity has become in America, you know? And unless people demand for better leadership, this will simply keep repeating. You just have hungry people, hungry leaders who don't care about the people. Then the same things will repeat. They neglect the same suffering, you know, all hidden behind slogans of freedom, greatness, you know, superpower, you know. And this crisis is a mirror, one that shows how the system treats those without power, you know. And something else here is their hypocrisy and power, you know. This video actually exposes a lot. And here is actually where this video actually gets deep. So for decades, Americans were told, actually American parents told their kids to finish their food because children in Africa are starving. Now Africans are saying the same about America. You know, that's what the video implies. And this reversal, the reverse is not ironic. It's revolutionary. It shatters the illusion that poverty only exists in Africa or in the global south. Because if the US, the great United States of America, can suspend food aid for 40 million people, over 40 million people, what does that say about its priorities? You know, it reveals how helping Africa has often been a convenient mask while ignoring the hunger and the inequalities right at home. Because it's not a case of that suddenly 40 million Americans don't have food, need food assistance in 2025. It has always been there, but they have masked it by looking like they can always feed everybody else abroad, you know? And the giver now can't feed its own self anymore. And the world is watching. The world is saying, now we realize the truth. Something else that we realize from here is the illusion fades. This isn't about tables turning necessarily. It's about an illusion that has faded. It's about an illusion that's now quickly fading. America's hunger problem didn't just appear overnight, I insist. It's not just a problem of 2025 or 2 years ago. It was something that was actually hidden under stereotypes, under propaganda, you know. And now the illusion, the African mom's dark joke has torn through that, has exposed the truth. It's not that Africa is mocking America. No, it's Africa that is saying, hey, we see the truth that's been being hidden under slogans, under propaganda, under stereotypes. And for me, it sounds like some poetic justice, a global wake-up call that, hey, wealth doesn't equal well-being. America is very wealthy, the wealthiest nation on earth. But that wealth does not necessarily mean the well-being of all its people. And image doesn't equal morality. It has a very great image. It has always held the greatest image. But deep down, the truth can now be revealed, you know? And so, yes, people are actually laughing. Americans are actually laughing at this. But behind the laughter is a question. If a nation that sends billions of dollars in aid to other countries or sends billions of dollars abroad can't feed its own people, what does that say about its soul? It sends billions of money to Israel, to Ukraine, and to many other different places, to their militaries in foreign soils. What does that say about the priorities as well of that country? So this viral joke isn't just comedy, really. It's prophecy, because sometimes dark humor or humor tells the truth louder than politics can actually do that. Yeah. So it's great seeing Americans seeing through the joke and seeing the truth and really reacting in the different ways that they have. And I'm happy that, the truth is being revealed. Yeah, so that's my take on it. And I'd love to hear what you think about it, your opinions, your thoughts, your comments in the comment section below. If you agree, if you disagree, if you see the points, you can add anything, and I'd love to really hear what you think about it. Yeah. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up, and you can share it as well. And if you're new to the channel, or if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to the channel to become part of us. So until next time, I'll see you in the next video.